So in this video I wanted to look at the Marshall Plexi model within the... that's my guitar. Perfect. Marshall Plexi model within the Helix. Basically this is based on the Marshall Super Lead 1959, if I'm correct about that. And we have three models of it. We've got a normal channel, a bright channel and a jump channel. So I'm going to start with this bright channel and see where we get. And okay, so basically these started to be produced between 1965 and 1981. Built initially for Pete Townsend. I'm still waiting for that book, Pete. And I guess this is the one that people apparently think of when you say Plexi. KT66 tubes in some of them, and later on EL34s. The lead channel has a boosted bright tone and the rhythm channel has a flatter response. You can jump them for increased gain. So that's essentially what we're talking about here. And I guess the kind of cab that we might want to pair with these, I'm going to do a dual cab thing as I always do with these, just because I think that helps us to get some idea. So greenbacks I guess would be the classic thing of the time. So I'm going to use a 57 on one, and on the other I need to remember to actually change it. We'll use a ribbon mic maybe. That's a classic combination, but maybe if we want a bit more bite and stuff we might mess around with something different. Let's see, we might come back to that. So stock settings, the Marshalls, many of them even to this day don't come with a reverb. I feel like that's the sort of thing that Marshall didn't really catch on to as an idea. So there's our stock settings there. And what we could also do, I guess, is put in both models so that you can compare them and get a sense for which is going to do what you want. And so normal, and I'm going to set the drive the same on both. Give me a second, and we'll set everything to 5 on both so that we can get a sense for which of these channels does what. And I'll keep presence at about 5, and everything else I'll keep as stock. Now same for this, take everything down to 5. I think with the Marshall stuff as well, don't be afraid to run the bass and mids high. These things are post gain, so it's not like a Mesa Boogie where you're going to really make drastic things happen. So save like that, and on this snapshot we'll have normal, so I'm going to bypass that, and then this one like that. So what do we get? Channel quite dark, and then our bright channel, more of that kind of jangle thing. And maybe I'm thinking that ribbon mic, is that something that we need? I might put something like an 87 there instead and see how we get on with that. Load the bottom end if we use that one. Gets a little bit woofy with that 160. A bit more even with that. Anyway, so that's the normal channel. With the brighter channel, maybe that 160 makes more sense. Okay, so the bright channel definitely has less of this kind of cloud. Turning up the stuff on the wrong channel. Pillock. Right, let's try this. 7.5. let's just dial things up to similar kind of place on the Plexi. So what I'm going to say is this normal channel potentially for a Strat might work quite nice, you get quite a full tone, but I'm thinking the bright channel is going to be more suited for Les Pauls really, because you're going to probably get very muddy if you're using this amount of gain with a Les Paul. And if you want it to cut through, maybe the bright channel is the way to go. The amount of drive available on both, let's have a look. So, you know, similar amounts of gain, really. Let's just try some different speaker combinations maybe. The Blackback 30 is something that I like with some other amps. So let's see if it works for this one as well. I want this to be Blackback as well. And I've got one other idea for a combination that might work quite nicely. So this is with the Blackback 30. Yeah, I think that's got a bit. So again, same thing holds true. I think that's got a bit more snarl to it, the Blackback. Really just two very, very different sounds, I think, the normal and the bright. So you might want to just pick one and see which works for you. Then the other kind of combination that I think could work would be this. So we're going to go with the 2x12, and I'm going to have a 57 on the H30, and then I'm also going to just use the other speaker. So this is from a traditional matchless combo, and the way that they do things is they mismatch speakers, and I think that's the sort of thing that you might get happening in Marshall cabinets. Let's just take these gains back down a bit, see what else we can get out of these amps. We take things down quite a way, you know, we can get some cleanish tones. 6.6, let's try. So again, I just think that is quite a dark sounding channel, so maybe we take this treble and presence up even further. Maybe the mids. Quite like that, so I'm going to keep that there, and then for this We'll use this as like our so we got quite a lot of kind of that fuzzy stuff coming through. I'm going to turn on the gate for this. And maybe if I'm using this bright channel, what I might do is chuck in a low-high shelf and kind of bolster some of the low end a bit, and we might even be able to do some other stuff with this to bring out some kind of mid stuff. So let's just chuck this up like 7 dB. So we've got, you know, a little bit more air moving there. And if we take this high frequency down to maybe like, I don't know, somewhere lowish, 800, let's try there, and start to bring up that. We could bring in a kind of bit more of that kind of high-endish spark. And that might even be useful for this clean channel, which I'm gonna just chuck up a bit. Yeah, I think that works for kind of both channels in a way. Okay, and then some sort of boost in front could be nice. So what have we got here? A megaphone, yeah, perfect. Okay, I'm kind of running out of DSP here because I've got them both in here, but I'll put together a preset and drop it into the folder. But I think part of the key about how people assume a Marshall is going to be used is with the gain up a bit higher than you might on a typical Fender, without that reverb and stuff, and maybe that's part of the characteristic that you expect. So I kind of like that Marshall cab with it, matchless cab with it I mean. I also really like the Blackback 30 with it, so feel free to check that out, and I'll catch you in another video soon. Cheers!